everybody. This is Beth Worsdell, author. Welcome to the Witty Writers Show. And I am doubly excited today because I'm interviewing two amazing fantasy authors, Amber Rose Duell. See, I knew I'd probably get it wrong. Look. I put all my mistakes down to be in English. And the fabulous Candace Robinson. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hey. I got to tell you, I've been a little bit nervous this morning because, as I was saying to Amber before we came online, it's my first threesome online. And I'm like, is it going to go okay? But here you are. This is so absolutely fantastic. I'm so excited. How are you both?
Good.
Good.
You're both looking fabulous. You always look flawless. I'm so jealous. We've got people joining us already. So as you join, say hello, and I can put your comments and everything up for everybody to see. Terza's straight in there. Look, she's Miss Organisation. She says, "Hi, beautiful goddesses." Oh, isn't she lovely? It's a shame she's in Germany because I'd like to give her a big hug. She's so wonderful. She really is. My gosh, ladies, you have been so busy, and that's putting it absolutely mildly. Now, some of our viewers have already met Candace because we did an author interview last year. I still can't believe that was last year, Candace. I mean, how has time flown? And you've published how many books since we did our first author interview?
Oh, I don't know.
See, she's even lost count.
I know we did the Fairies of Oz stuff, and then I did, I think, 2 more. Lyrics and Curses and like a short story. So not too crazy.
She's on fire. I'll tell you. And I'm also seeing all your videos and everything on Instagram as well, which are absolutely brilliant.
She's good.
You're out there.
Amber's are pretty good. Amber's on TikTok too. You need to get on there, Beth.
I know, but it's finding the time, isn't it? I mean, we're trying to read books, write books. Sorry, my doodles are going nuts, and I don't know why. Girls, lay down. It's a constant juggling act, isn't it? With all the social media we have to work with and everything else. It's just manic. But I want to quickly, because obviously some people have met Candace and some people haven't, but you are both fantasy authors, predominantly for young adults. However, your books are absolutely fantastic. I mean, adults and young adults enjoy them because they are so good. And just to let our viewers know, you need to check out these ladies' reviews. Oh my gosh. When I was looking at everything, it was blowing my mind. Between you, I lost count of how many books you've got out and reviews everywhere. You both must be absolutely thrilled, to say the least. Now, Amber, how on earth did you and Candace get connected?
We were at the same publishing house with, she had Clouded by Envy and I had my Dreamkeeper series, and we just became friends there. And then it just went.
Isn't that amazing? I'll tell you, some relationships are just meant to be, aren't they? People come into your life for a reason. Did you just click because you had the same sort of passions as well as the same sort of genres of books, Amber?
I think so. And we got to meet at BookCon, which was really nice. So we got to hang out, in person. And it was awesome because, you meet somebody on the computer. You don't know if you'll actually click, in real life. But it was exactly the same when I met everybody there. And yeah, we just became friends. And then now we have Fairies of Oz.
It's just amazing. Now, Candace, tell me, did you feel a connection straight away with Amber as soon as you met her?
Yeah, I'm trying to think how we first started talking, though. I think it was whenever I saw she had a book, her Fragile Chaos book. I know that was one of the times I messaged her, and I was like, hey, you have like a review copy? And she sent me the physical of it. So I don't know if that was the first time I messaged you, Amber. I'm trying to recall.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
but I remember, and then I read it, and I was like, oh, I really like her writing. So then, I don't know, then we started talking, and then, I don't know, but then later we met at BookCon, and it was pretty nice.
It's just fantastic. It really, really is. I think it's wonderful. As I said, how sometimes you can just encounter people who just improve your life and your career. We've got lots more comments, so I'm going to put them up here. Terza says she loves you too. Oh, she's so lovely. Sending you a virtual hug. We've also got Starla. She says, hello, ladies. And I've got to say congratulations to Starla because as most of our viewers know, what we do is we do a competition every week for every author interview. And Starla was sharing Monday's author interview all over the place, including book pages. So she had numerous entries into the draw and she won. So congratulations.
Yay.
Because you win an ebook and I will connect you and we'll get that sent to you. So that's super exciting. I love it when people win stuff. Normally they send me a message going, I never normally win anything. And it's like, whee! Marlena's joined us. She says, hello, great.
Hey, Marlena.
Hey.
She's fabulous. She's fabulous.
She was with us at BookCon too.
She was.
Do you know what? She rocks all her outfits, doesn't she? She rocks it. Now, I was going to ask you about that because both of you have been, sort of into anthologies and worked with other authors and everything. How did you get into working with others? How do you find was the best way of connecting with other authors? Because it is doing anthologies and working on books together is a great way for multi-promotion, isn't it? So how would you advise new authors to get involved and find people to work with?
I would say to make sure that you swap some writing that you've already done before you start going into anything, to make sure your voices match and, things like that. You don't want to get into it and then be like, oh God, I don't really like this person's writing.
Yeah, I can understand that totally. And that does make sense because you're right. If your writing doesn't match, it's just not going to work, is it? Absolutely not. Now, it's quite a big celebration day today because you've both released 2 new books together, co-written, and it's the Fairies of Oz series. The covers, every time I see one of the covers, I'm just gushing because they're just so beautifully done. So the first one is Tin. Give us a little rough idea of what Tin is about, and if you've got a book cover handy, that would be fab.
I do. Hold on.
Yeah.
She's like misorganized.
Wait, here we go.
Look at that. See, everybody, that's why I was gushing over this.
Like, look at their face. I don't know where the thing is. Look at them.
I know. Do you know what? I can see it being a movie. I honestly can. I can see the whole series being like a movie series as well as the book series. It's brilliant. So, Candace, give us a rundown of what Tin is about.
Oh man, I suck at. Okay, so basically, Tin, is Tin Man, and then Dorothy is the other MC. So it's basically, I guess, her return to Oz, from when she was a little girl, and it's dark. It's dark and romantic, and Tin's a Fae assassin, so kills people for money.
He's a badass Fae.
But he's also cursed. His heart is, right now it's cursed, so it's like, I guess, stone or whatever. And I can't give too much more away.
No, we don't want to spoil it. We don't want to spoil it for everybody. Now, I've got to say, how on earth? I mean, I grew up watching The Wizard of Oz every year. Coming up to Christmas, it was always on the TV every year. And I had a passion for reading as a young child as well. So I just couldn't get enough. what inspired you to do a whole new twist on the Wizard of Oz and do it as a adult story that can be read across the board? I mean, what inspired you to do that? It's brilliant.
Well, Amber, I'll let you talk. Go ahead. She had the idea, and then I liked the Fae aspect, and then I'm a big Return to Oz fan, that movie. So, but Amber, go ahead and tell about your idea.
I had an idea to like do a retelling in space. It was a whole thing, but I was talking to her about it, and she's like, we should just co-write this together, but with Fae. And I was like, well, all right.
An adult,
yes.
It's just fantastic. Honestly, everybody's got to read these books because they're just amazing. I'm going to get some more comments on here. We've got some more to come. Okay, Heather's just joined us. Hello, Heather. Thank you for joining us late, darling. I've actually got to get your address, Heather, because she's just left me the most amazing Amazon review, which, as you ladies know, just means the world to us. And I was so touched by it, and I want to send you a signed bookmark as a thank you. So shoot me a message, Heather, please. That would be lovely. We've also got Theodore. He says, hi, how are you? Hello. Marlena says, oh, yay, book con. Now, hands up, who's getting withdrawal symptoms from book events?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it tough? It is tough. And I feel for all of my author friends, because all the things we normally would do, we can't. However, having said that, you ladies are certainly embracing everything online with Instagram, Twitter. You're on Goodreads, active there. You're on TikTok and Reels, and you're doing it all. Do you find that it's making a massive difference for your exposure doing all these different platforms?
I think TikTok is the most.
Some more than others, yeah.
So which one do you think is the most helpful for you as an author? Would you say it's TikTok?
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really? Now that surprises me, because I've had quite a few people say to me, oh, TikTok's just for kids. It's just for kids. However, you aren't the only two authors that I know of who are active on there and are seeing a big difference. I've seen book bloggers on there, writers like yourselves. It's becoming a massive big thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's really fun too. You don't, it's not just like, oh, posting, like you get to just do whatever you want, really.
Yeah.
Like fun music and everything.
I think it's absolutely fabulous. And I was talking to Candace in private message recently about it. And she's like, yeah, do it. I am terrified. I've got to tell you, I'm going to be the big 50 this year. I hate admitting that because I've been in denial since I turned 40, basically. And I'm not too bad with technology, I've got to tell you. But trying to do a new platform is like, ooh. So for everybody who hasn't done it yet, is it quite easy to navigate and get on there? And
well, I just joined in December. I was like in the same boat. Like I was like, no, I'm not going to do TikTok. But then I think, Amber had been on there. I don't know when you got on there, Amber, but I know, and my other friend Elle was on there, and I was like, let me just try hopping on. And it's not bad. It's pretty easy. Like, you do your video, but it's really easy to edit in there too. So
that's fantastic. Now, for people who don't know, is TikTok compatible to be linked with other social media platforms?
I don't know.
But I will cross promo and put my video from TikTok into Reels on Instagram.
So you can share it to other platforms.
You can save the video to like your phone or whatever, so that it, it's like in your gallery, I guess.
Look, everybody, we learn something new every day. This is why we love doing these author interviews. That's fantastic. Sala says, yay me, because she's a winner. Yes, we love winners. Megan's joined us. Hi, Megan. Thank you very much for joining.
Hey, Meg.
I know, she's so fabulous, isn't she? She says, I want to come and meet everyone at BookCon someday.
They canceled it permanently.
No.
Yeah.
Really? For good?
Yep.
Do we know why?
COVID. And then I'm not sure why they decided not to ever bring it back.
Maybe funds. I don't know. Maybe they lost money because I don't know.
Oh, well, let's hope that something replaces it so we can all meet up, because wouldn't that be so cool if all as authors that can, constantly connecting with each other all got together?
Yes.
I've got to tell you, and I don't know about you, one of my goals is to have a reader fan dress up as one of my Earth's Angel characters. Oh my God, I would melt. I swear to God. Now, out of all your characters, Amber, which character would you like to see in real life? Somebody dressing up as one of your characters. Who would you pick?
Oh, that's really hard. I guess I'm gonna say Tin though, because I think that'd be really cool to like see the scar and stuff on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty. I mean, I know it's an
handsome fella,
but he is handsome fella, isn't he? He is. He reminds me of Legolas from Lord of the Rings.
It's like Legolas and The Witcher just squished together.
I know, right? I know. What about you, Candace? Which character would you pick if you could have somebody dress up like them?
I'd pick Riva from Crow because I like all her black gear. Like, she's real into the black clothes and fancy looking. So that'd be pretty awesome.
See, now I can understand you saying that because I love the fact that you share inspirational posts and pictures, and you do it on a regular basis for yourself and other authors. And I think that's fantastic because that's what we're like, isn't it? You see an image or you see something on a TV or whatever, and it gives you all those inspirations and everything. And a lot of the stuff that you like to share is very edgy.
Well, I get from Pinterest. So Pinterest has you can get lost in there with all the stuff they have.
I know, right? I've had to ban myself from Pinterest because I was just spending too much time on there looking at stuff. I'm like, no, I need to either read a book or I need to start writing. It's honestly, we are the worst procrastinators because we're always finding other stuff that interests us as well, isn't it? I think that's a bit of a tricky one. Okay, right. We've also got, let's have a look. We've also got Kristen. She's joined us. She says, hiya, Beth. Nice to meet you, Amber and Candace. She is so sweet. Terza's just joined. She says, me too. So she's looking forward to the event starting. If any of you got any questions, please pop them up so I can share them and show them. Terza says, I'm going to be 50 this year too. I feel you. I've got an account on TikTok, but I've not done anything with it yet. I need my kids to teach me with the videos. Yeah, you and me both, young lady. You and me both. Megan says, I will cosplay all of you guys' characters. Don't tempt me.
Yeah. Oh, I'll dangle that carrot. Here, come on.
Do it, Meg.
Do it.
Do it, Megan. We want photographs. I tell you, that would, oh my God, I'd be in heaven. That would be fantastic. Now, I know you have more books in the series to come, and I'm so excited about that. I honestly am, because they're just amazing books. So how quickly are you both hoping to release the books? Because we know what it's like, waiting for another book in a series. You're like, oh, the suspense is killing me. What's the sort of time frame between each one, do you think?
Ozma comes out in June. So 4 months. And then I don't think we have a date for TikTok yet.
We have it, on pre-order scheduled. It's for December, but we schedule ahead. And then when we know the exact date, then we move it back. So Ozma, I think is still on Amazon right now saying October, but it's actually going to be June.
That's so exciting. I mean, and so we're not going to have to wait too long then. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yay.
Yes, party online.
I can't wait for you guys to see the cover of Ozma on, what is it, Wednesday?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
Tuesday?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, make sure you tag me because I want to show it everywhere. I really, really do. Now, between you, as I said, you've got so many books that you've written independently, together, and to do with anthologies. And you've done, Candace, you've done the Glass Vault, the Lace series, Letters, Campfire Fairy Tales, plus you do audiobooks as well, where you both do. I just, it's just mind-blowing how you find the time to be so creative, not only with the books and everything else, but with your social media as well. Amber, you're the same. You've got 16 different pieces of work out. Plus you've got the Dark Dreamer trilogy, the Forgotten Gods series, and you're on Audible as well.
Yes.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, audiobooks, as we know, the sales and the interest in audiobooks is just exploding onto the scene. So everybody's trying to take advantage of that, and who could blame them? Was it an easy decision to start doing audiobooks, Amber?
Well, the publishers decided to do those. So, yeah. It wasn't really up to, me, or I don't think Candace, I don't know if they gave you a choice, but so it was just done for us. Yay.
That's fantastic. I tell you, it's absolutely fantastic. Have you had much feedback from your audiobooks from people who've listened?
Not really.
It's not like buying an Amazon book where you can, be communicating with those people that have actually listened to them, is it? It's not quite as easy to connect with people in that way. Is it something that you're hoping to do for, Tin and Crow and the other books? Are you hoping to turn those into audiobooks eventually?
I think so, but I'd like to do it, like if we ever did, like it would have to be the right narrators. I feel like, I'm pretty picky about like audio stuff. So that, and then I think I would like to do it like I was talking to Amber before, not through, because I know you can do it through ACX or whatever, but I would like to actually have like an agent for that, like if that happened one day, just for the foreign stuff and the audio stuff, because you do get, you don't have to do it all yourself. Like with ACX, you gotta and do it all yourself, and it's kind of a big hassle. I feel like.
Yeah. Do you feel the same way, Amber?
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, I must admit, it's something that I'm considering doing. And now they do the royalty share, so you don't have any upfront costs. I do like that, because not only does it mean that we're not expending money that we don't really have, because let's face it, most of us are on a very tight budget. But it also means you've got 3 people who are dependent on it being successful. You've got, the company who's actually doing the audiobook, then you've got the artist who's actually voice recording the book, and then you've got the author. So you've got 3 parties who are invested in making it successful. I do quite like that fact. And I think it might work the same way as the anthologies, having different authors all having an interest in making that book a success and promoting it and everything else. So we'll see what happens.
I think they're harder to promote. I'm not even sure how to market them, which is where my biggest problem is with them.
I would imagine it's pretty much the same as anything else. I mean, as long as you've got the sales link where people can buy it, I think it's pretty much the same, to be honest with you. The nice thing is you can all, as we as authors can always attach it to our other marketing posts as well. So also available as an ebook. Here's the link. So it's quite nice how you can all sort of connect it and stuff. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. We've got Kelly, who's just commented. She says, proud of you all.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey.
Sweet, isn't she lovely? Thank you for joining us, darling. Teresa says, Amber, Candace stalking you on social media. I love that. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, before social media happened, if somebody stalked you, it was like really bad. Now we're like, yay! Bring it on!
Yes.
That's so cool. Megan says, what's everyone's favorite genre to read and write? Oh, okay. So, Amber, what's your favorite genre to read?
Fantasy, but I'm kind of leaning towards romance more at the moment, just because it's more of an escape than fantasy with all its politics and stuff.
Oh, I know. That's getting worse, isn't it? What about you, Candace?
I like dark fantasy and paranormal, but I have to usually have like romance in there too, or at least like a friendship bond, something going in that direction.
Okay, and what is if you could write any genre, what would you go for, Candace?
Dark fantasy. If it's book wise, but I feel like if it was like a screenplay, like movies, like it would be like straight up horror. But I can't write a horror book. I don't know why. I can do horror aspects, but not like Stephen King style or anything like that.
I think it takes a special person to write really good horror. I'm not sure I could do it. I'm really not. But you never know. You never know. Maybe you should just give it a go, Candace, and see what happens.
I tried, and then it gets too romantic. So I don't know.
Your inner romantic self comes out. Amber, what about you? What if you could write anything? What would be your favorite thing to write?
I agree. Dark fantasy.
You would. Yeah. It's a huge market, isn't there? I think you're right. It's an escapism. What I love about your books, both of you, is the fact that they really are like movies playing in your mind. You know, you can picture everything that's happening, and you just get sucked into the books, and it just lets you completely escape. So round of applause, because you're both absolutely amazing. You really, really are. Let's have a look. Teresa says, I've just had 2 audio books in a row that I couldn't listen to because the narrator's voice was so terrible. Luckily, I got WhisperSync, so I can read the books instead. I've never heard of WhisperSync. Have you heard of that before?
I haven't heard of that one.
No, that's interesting.
That's something new.
Yeah, we might have to look at that. But that's a shame, isn't it? I think you're absolutely right. When doing audiobooks and stuff like that, it's so important to have the right voice telling the story. I don't think there's anything worse than, especially if you've already read the book. If you've already read the book, you've already got a voice in your head, really, haven't you, of who's telling you that story. And if it clashes with somebody else's voice who's actually recorded it, it's not going to work.
I like the robotic voice. Like, we listen to our manuscripts through Word, and it just, it's just, you can put in your own voice as you're listening to the robot read the words. So I wish audiobooks were more like that than like a voice actor, but I know that's not going to be the popular opinion.
Yeah, that's my, because I do text to speech even a lot of the times, even with just my ebooks, like not like ones I'm reading, I'll just put on text to speech and there's the robot. But I don't know, like I like it.
I absolutely agree with you. I think that it's a really cool way. It's a great way of editing your work, as you guys know, because you miss things. Especially if after you've read it and reread it and reread it and rechecked it, you go blind to your own errors. So having it read aloud to you is a great way, isn't it, to spot errors that you've missed. But interestingly enough, and my daughter told me this, and I had no idea, but if anybody's got an Alexa can actually read your audiobooks to you.
Oh.
Yes. She called me in one day. She went, Mum, come here a minute to the bedroom. So, okay. So I went in, and she had an Alexa in her bedroom. And she went, Alexa, read the Marillions. And then all of a sudden, Alexa starts telling my book. And I'm like, that's amazing.
That's cool.
So yeah, so if you don't mind a more robotic voice, you can literally just get the ebook and have Alexa read it to you. I don't know whether I should be saying all this, but hey ho. I might get into trouble. Oh my gosh. So Megan says, I'll take romantic horror, Kiss the Monsters.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Tessa says, I love to write thrillers, some with some romance too. I love romance. I think, and you probably agree with me, I think in any book, there's always the option, isn't there, for a little bit of romance? Because I think then it makes the thrilling part or the horror part of the story even more exciting. Are you like me? Do you like to add to your books real highs and lows so your readers are on a bit of an emotional roller coaster?
Yeah.
I think it makes all the difference, doesn't it? I really, really do think it makes all the difference. I think being able to trigger those emotions in people is what connects them with your characters and your stories. Out of all of your characters, Amber, have you connected with one specifically that just touched
my absolute favorite is the Sandman from the Dark Dreamer trilogy. He's just like I usually go for like the villains, like I love like the Darkling and all that, but my Sandman is such like a little cinnamon roll, but he also will kick butt, and I don't know, he's my boy.
Because he has that dark side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Candace?
Well, I usually connect more to the guy characters, but for me, it's actually a girl one. So it's from Lyrics and Curses, it's Lark, but I don't know. I connected with her right away, and of course the 80s. So I don't know. She just has like a no care attitude, and I like her. So
I can see that. I can see that because you like the 80s, don't you? You're a bit of an 80s fan.
Yes.
Are you a bit of an 80s fan as well?
I like pretty much like I like any decade. Like I love any decade before like 2000. I feel like but 80s are definitely my favorite. But 50s is a close second. But I can't afford all the 50s dresses, or I would have them all.
Aren't they stunning?
Yeah,
stunning. That was a classy time of year. That really was. And I've got to tell you, I'm quite passionate about the 1950s because the architecture just blows me away. All the Art Deco and all that type of thing. Oh my gosh, I want all that to come back into fashion.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Let's have a look. Oh no, I did that one. It's this one. Teza says it's on Amazon. You can buy the Audible with the Kindle together and get it cheaper. That's interesting. Okay. Plus, you don't have to have a monthly subscription with Audible either. That's very, very good to know. That really is. Now, Amber, tell me, which authors do you think have inspired you the most in your writing?
My absolute favorite writer is Marie Rotowski, and every time I need like a boost to like just remind myself why I write, I just go back and read her Winter's Curse trilogy. So her for sure.
That's just amazing. I think we've all got that one book or maybe a couple that just make us feel better and give us that inspiration, don't we? What about you, Candace?
I know I'm not saying her name right, but it's Tahara Mafi. She did the Shatter Me series. That was like the first, I feel like, book series that really got me sucked in after probably Hunger Games. And then, of course, Sarah J. Maas. And then Brenna Yovanov. I really like her writing because it's like a contemporary vibe, but it's very paranormal vibe and like fantasy at the same time. So, it has that like darker side with it.
That's fantastic. That really is. Do you find that authors that you've read just inspire you to keep going and pushing forward? Because it's a constant thing, isn't it? Is promoting ourselves, getting ourselves out there, trying to get all that exposure. Do you find that the authors that you read as you grew up are still an inspiration, or do you think that the more current authors are more inspirational? Amber?
I think the more current authors, but more of their work from, 5 years ago or so, instead of like the most recent. I don't know if I should say that, but
no, we're all being honest here. What about you, Candace? Do you feel the same way?
Well, it's like growing up, I was in a big reader, so I pretty much only read R.L. Stine. So it was like Goosebumps and Fear Street, like the horror type, I guess. But there was a little romance in the Fear Street stuff, so I guess that's kind of there with the dark aspects. But same with Amber. Like, I feel like most of my favorite books are like, I feel like from 2012 to 2017 range. Like a lot of the newer, I think more of the newer traditionally published stuff, I'm kind of like, I haven't loved as much.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in a book slump with the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange how it all works, isn't it? And how the book community just sort of naturally ebbs and flows. It's quite amazing. Carla's just joined us. Hello.
Hey, Carla.
She is so fabulous. She absolutely is. I love her profile picture. She looks so lovely. She really, really does. Right, Amber, tell me, if you could, obviously, you've got a fantastic future with Candace, writing books together as well as separately. I think that's a beautiful relationship. Long may it continue. But if you could write with a really well-known, famous author, who would you like to write with?
Oh my gosh. I think the choices. I think I would want to write with Sarah Maas because of how well she does like surprise, I guess, character twists.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything to anybody that hasn't read it yet, but Reese, looking at you.
She's very good at that. She really is. What about you, Candace?
It's kind of tied between Mass and probably Holly Black, though. I know a lot of people are like Cruel Prince. I like the Cruel Prince, but I like her older stuff actually before the Cruel Prince, a lot of it.
Me too. Oh my gosh, what was it called? She wrote a series with
White Cat.
The Iron Fist. I mean, we're talking years back.
Let me pull it. The Cruel Prince world.
No.
I'm gonna have to pull the book off my shelf.
Do you know what? Let me just Google. Hang on.
The White Cat series is my favorite of hers.
Hang on. I've actually got it on my Kindle, actually. Let me just have a quick look. Joys of technology. Look at this.
Is it Valiant? Valiant's the third one. I think the second one.
Let me have a look. Because I read the whole series and I couldn't put it down. No, where's my library? Let me have a quick look. I'll recognize the cover.
I'm bummed I had that White Cat one because you recommended it, Candace. I found it at the secondhand bookstore. But, all my books are now gone.
You would like what?
Go on.
I was just going to say she would like it because the main character is like, it's a guy, the whole series, and the trilogy, and you normally don't get the guy's point of view the whole time. It's only his, it's not dual or anything. So it's like refreshing.
Oh, I might have to look into that then. I can't find it on my Kindle. It must be on my iBooks. That's the only downside to buying from everywhere is trying to find
Tithe. That's what I couldn't think of the name. Tithe was the first book in her first trilogy. Is that what you're thinking of?
I don't know. I want to. The Iron Fist keeps popping in my head for some reason. I don't know why. I'll share it with you in the comments after I interview because I literally couldn't put them down. It was fantastic. We've got another comment. There we go. Megan says, "Do you DNF? I'll get there in a minute. books, or do you try to power through them? Oh, that's a good question, Candace.
I DNF a lot of books, but I don't rate them or review them. I just, because sometimes it's weird because sometimes, you're not in a mood, but then I pick them up a few months later and then I'm like, ooh, I love this. It's 5 stars. But even then it's like, it's hard because you rate a book and it could be 5 stars. And then like a year from now you reread it and you're like, no. So I don't know. Like, it's like I feel like ratings and stuff really aren't that accurate because it just depends on the mood and year and that you're in.
Yeah, and potentially judge, we naturally judge it by the book we've just read.
That's true.
And we don't even realize it. What about you, Amber?
I DNF them. I'll try again if it was sort of interesting, but I wasn't really into it. I'll try again, a few months later, but life's too short. I don't want to read 100 pages to get invested in the character. So
yeah. I don't know about you ladies, but if I read a book and I just cannot get into it, the last thing I want to do, or the one thing I don't do, is put DNF on a review. I just don't do it. It doesn't even matter if the book is terrible and I've not enjoyed it. I never do that to an author because after writing books ourselves, we know the blood, sweat and tears that goes into doing it.
Yeah.
No matter your talent level, you still pour your heart into it. However, saying that, I recently had an author that did that to me on Goodreads. I mean, proper slated me, like capital letters, DNF. And I'm like, what?
ouch.
Really? Really? And I'm thinking, wow, he must be he must be quite a well-known author to do that to me, sort of thing. No. You must have shitloads of reviews, like 4 or 5 stars to do that to me. No. I won't even tell you what I thought after that. Anyway, I thought that was just highly unprofessional. How hard do you find it? Because obviously all of us get the odd not so good review, and no matter how many books you've got out and no matter how many amazing reviews you got, getting that one is still a bit of a punch, isn't it? How do you cope with that? Do you just shrug it off, move on, Amber?
Yeah, I try not to let it bother me. It's not a personal thing, and I don't like a lot of books, so it's disappointing, but I'm not like gonna let it bug me.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Candace?
I can't read them. I don't read them because I get even anxiety for reading the good reviews. So I'll look at, like, before it releases, I'll just keep track, kind of like, because who we sent ARCs to, and I'll see it, but I won't read the reviews. It's just can't do it.
It's too much of an emotional roller coaster for you.
Yeah, I did in the beginning, but then I was more like, I want to curl in the ball somewhere. I can't.
You need to get yourself a personal assistant who could market all your good reviews for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least Amber doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah, I read them. She's like, hey, so what are they saying?
So you can break it to her gently.
Yes.
Ooh, great. That's fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. Now you very, very kindly offered to do an ebook giveaway for people who share your interview today, which is brilliant. Thank you so much for doing that. And this week, because we've got Amber and Candace doing the author interview, they're going to do one each, which is so generous, and I'm so thrilled. So everybody who's watching right now, please share their author interview, because every time you share, you will get entered into a draw to win an ebook, and they're given away too. So if you've already read Tin and Crow, one or the other or both, you can select a different one. So that's no problem at all. So thank you for doing that. And everybody who's watching, you can share the interview to Goodreads. You can share it all over social media. As long as you tag me so I can see it, every single share is an entry. So What is your plan for the next few months?
Should we tell them, Candace?
Go ahead.
Well, after we finish TikTok, we are doing Vampires in Wonderland.
Oh my God. That is amazing. Vampires in Wonderland. That is so fantastic. So who came up with that idea?
I think we just, what we were doing, because Oz did so well, we were trying to come up with other things that we liked. So yeah, we thought, of course there's Neverland and whatever, but Wonderland, I think we both like really just love Wonderland. Like that one calls to, I don't know. That's because some of the other ones I was just kind of like,
yeah,
we had to, but just,
That is fantastic. So is Alice going to be like the main character? Oh, I'm even more intrigued now. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. That is super exciting. So obviously with no spoilers, how many of the original characters from Alice in Wonderland are actually going to be in this book?
All of them.
Fantastic. That's brilliant because again, like you, I'm a fan of Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz, and because that's the literature and movies that we grew up with, basically. Obviously, I know I'm a bit older than you guys, but yeah, I mean to put a completely new spin on it. Oh my gosh! So you're busy writing it at the moment?
We're writing the prequel short. We're almost done with the prequel short story. So how we have a lion is our prequel short story for 10. We're almost done with that before we dive into our last Oz book.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting! I tell you, I am so stoked. I'm going to be like, Carla says, sharing is caring with regards to the giveaway. Absolutely. Yes, I agree with you. Tirza says, I love vampires. Yay!
Yeah.
And you've got somebody who's going to be adding that on their TBR list for sure. Carla says, we will be writing 5 in the Fairies of Oz series. They can also do vampires. There we go. So I think you've got to write more for the Oz series as well, by the looks of things.
I'm very excited to do book 4. I will say that. Yes.
I'm so excited. I need to chain myself to my laptop and get my reviews done, and I will do that. But I will message you once I've done it so you know that they're there. Can we just see the book cover again? And do you have the other one as well?
I do. We have. They just happen to be there. Tin and Crow.
Oh my God!
Look how pretty she is. I love it.
He really is, isn't he? And he's got a hunk as well. He reminds me a little bit of Jason Momoa.
Yes.
Hello.
He can play Crow. In a movie. I would not complain.
You and me both. Between Thor, I don't know. I could pick. Yes, I don't think I would. Oh, there we go. Carla says, how long does it take to write a book together? That's a good one.
We wrote them in about, 2 or 3 months? Something like that. They were fast to write. It was about a chapter a day.
Was Ozma the fastest? I feel like we did that one. I know Ozma, I feel like 2 months tops for all of them, I think. Before we send it, before like the first, second draft, whatever it is, pretty much.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, I've never done I've never written a book with another author. Obviously, doing anthologies is different because you're all putting one story in, and it works out really, really well. However, co-writing, how on earth did you figure out how much each of you was going to write, and how did you plan it all?
She had to talk me into it first because I had never co-written before, so I was kind of nervous, like, well, what am I getting into? But then I like to write the boys, so I have the boy characters and she does the girl point of view.
Wow, that's really interesting. So you actually write each chapter together, but you write some characters, and Candace, you write some other characters.
So she'll do, like, let's say, okay, so 10 had chapter 1 and 10. So she wrote chapter 1, passed it to me, I edited it, sent it back, and then I wrote my chapter 2 and sent it to her to edit, and then she wrote chapter 3. So it's like back and forth like that, pretty much.
That's absolutely fantastic. And it's obviously worked out so well because the reviews reflect how good the book is and how well you work together. Did you find that working together with a writing partner actually kept you motivated and on target? Because obviously, a lot of authors find it very hard to write because they don't have accountability. Did you find that writing together kept you on the right track?
Yep.
Were you taking turns with the whip?
She's so much faster than me. I was like, oh no, I got to get this done and get it over to her right now.
Oh my God. I tell you, I think it's absolutely fantastic. I really, really do. Terza says, "Oh, hot guys." Yeah, we all love them. We all love them. Terza says, "Oh my God, Jason Momoa, don't get me started." LOL. I tell you, I bet we've caused a hot flash. I bet she's like that at the moment. She also says that is really cool with regards to you writing. She says, I love how you do that. It absolutely is fantastic. I know you've got a fantastic relationship, and what you do is so special because you're so well suited in your love of fantasy, dark fantasy, and your inspirations. Would you recommend, obviously, I know you're biased because you do it together, but would you recommend it's a good thing to do for other authors to try?
I think it probably depends on the author.
Yeah, co-writing.
Yeah, it depends. I feel like, you got to definitely find somebody, like she said earlier, that you can, that your writing styles are similar and that I guess you can depend on them as well.
And that you have the same idea for the book.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in two different directions. And
Yeah.
Well, I absolutely commend you both, and you are both so fantastic. I can't thank you enough for coming on today, and my nerves are gone. I was so nervous interviewing two people at the same time, but you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. I would love to have you both back on when your next book comes out. Maybe wait for the next one after that, so we give you a bit of time to do other things too. But would you come back and do another one with us later on?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, my darlings. Thank you to everybody who's joined in and asked questions and commented. You're absolutely amazing. Some of our viewers don't get to see us live, unfortunately, because they're working or it's the wrong time zone. But we may get some more questions. So if you both wouldn't mind just keeping an eye out over the next few days to see if there are more questions for you. If you do want to ask Amber and Candace some questions, please tag their name, so they can actually get notified that you've done it and see that it's there. You're both absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, my darlings. I wish you such a successful future, independently and together, because you are just absolutely amazing. And I honestly can't wait until we do it again. So thank you, my darlings, and I will hopefully see you soon.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
A pleasure. See you later, everybody. Bye.